Like any high school yearbook, the 1954 edition of the Wyoming featured senior class superlatives, things like best dressed. By the way, that was awarded to a young man named Beau Roberson, or best athlete. Beau Roberson earned that title as well. Underclassmen's favorite senior? You guessed it, Beau Roberson. Beau Roberson was originally from Philadelphia, and he attended Wyoming Seminary for only 1 year as a postgraduate. But he clearly made a lasting impression on his classmates as well as this school. Beau's legacy literally lives on in the halls of the Carpenter Athletic Center. Beau Roberson died in 2001. He was 65 and by then had been out of the public eye for decades. He was a successful athlete, winning an Olympic medal and playing 6 seasons of professional football.
The first time the former Ivy Leaguer touches the ball, Beau sprints 80 yards for a touchdown. Here's true poetry in motion as Roberson cuts around tacklers. Takes advantage of Carl Noonan's block and is untouched all the way. It's a great run for the speedy veteran.
He was a scholar, too, graduating with an Ivy League degree from Cornell and earning a doctorate later in life. And he was a patriot, serving as a lieutenant in the U.S. Army.
That makes me feel inspired, to be honest, to see that, I came to this school late. Like, I'm a junior now, I missed freshman, sophomore, all the lower school years. To see that someone else could come in late in their career at Wyoming Seminary and achieve so many things, like going to Cornell, being in the Olympics, that sets like a precedent for me to know that, okay, there's no excuses. You came here late, but you can achieve your dreams and aim higher than the dreams I already have.
Roberson made national news in 1963 as a member of the Oakland Raiders. Roberson, the Raiders' leading receiver in 1962, Clem Daniels, the team's top rusher, Art Powell, a 4-time Pro Bowl receiver, and Fred Williamson, a 3-time Pro Bowl defensive end, informed their team they intended to sit out a preseason game between the Raiders and the New York Jets in Mobile, Alabama. The cause? Segregated seating. Back in 1963, Alabama was considered the epicenter of the American Civil Rights Movement. The Raiders' protest occurred a few months after Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was arrested at an anti-segregation protest just a couple hours north in Birmingham, Alabama.
They told us we wouldn't get here. There were those who said that we would get here only over their dead bodies. Well, talk. Yes. All the world today knows that we are here and we are standing before the forces of power in the state of Alabama saying we ain't gonna let nobody turn us around.
Roberson publicly expressed his opposition to playing in front of a segregated crowd, saying, "If people can be humiliated by dogs, fire hoses, and such action, the least I can do is take this small step of protest." The Raiders' first-year head coach and general manager, Al Davis, who was later inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, supported his players' decision, but initially said the game would still be played in Mobile, Alabama. That quickly changed. In a true act of player empowerment, the Raiders, the New York Jets, the sponsors in Mobile, and the American Football League jointly agreed to move the game from Mobile back to Oakland. The Raiders forfeited a small fortune of travel expenses and promotional guarantees, but earned respect for their principled stand.
I guess it kind of is an inspiration to younger heads, and especially younger heads in the Black community at this school, obviously. Teaching them that not only can you do and accomplish like difficult things in the world of sports, but you can also fight for your rights in other settings. Like you can see like when he had his game in Alabama and he wouldn't play. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about equity and just fighting for what's right.
3 years earlier, at the 1960 Summer Olympics in Rome, Italy, where Roberson won a silver medal in the long jump, he gave an interview in which he described why he played sports. Roberson called athletics a means to an end, and the end, he said, is equality. Just what did Roberson mean by saying that? Ebony Magazine wrote in an editorial, Roberson wants to be an American, not only during a contest or on a special day. He wants the status continued after he hangs up his track shoes and is looking for a sandwich, a job, or a home. He wants to be an American when he needs America's conveniences, not only when it is convenient to Americans.
Black History Month is important, and if you can educate yourself more on what it really means to the people of the Black community and just the community in general, it'd be really beneficial for everybody's knowing.
I would encourage other students at Wyoming Seminary to take a second out of their day at some point during Black History Month and go look up one random person during the Civil Rights Movement that I'm an athlete, so I'll look up an athlete. If you're an artist, look up somebody who influenced the arts. If you're into media, go look up somebody who influenced media, and just look up somebody that had an impact on what you're able to do today and changed what you're able to do.
Thank you for your time, and I hope the next time you pass by this wall, you remember Beau Roberson as someone who walked this very campus and used his talents to help change this country.